Hi everyone, and welcome back to Priscilla Mania. My name is Rhonda, and there was an article that recently came out, or actually, I guess it was today, it may have been yesterday, in the Rolling Stone, and I wanted to go over that with you guys. It concerns Priscilla, Bridget, Riley, lawsuits that have all happened at Graceland, and it's really interesting. I know I told you guys that I would go over the lawsuit documents from the Florida case, but we're going to put that off one more week because I thought it was really important that y'all know what Rolling Stone had to say about some of these lawsuits and stuff that have happened over the since Lisa Marie passed away. It really is kind of interesting how dominoes have fallen since Lisa left us. And it's very sad to me. Before I delve into it, though, I want to give a shout out to Louie at Defending Elvis. He has always been so kind to leave comments about my show, to comment about my show on his channel, talking about my content and those kind of things. And I appreciate that so very, very much. And so if he's a great guy, so if y'all have not checked him out yet, it's Defending Elvis, and it's that's the name of his YouTube channel, Defending Elvis. And I think it may be a little more than that, but look for it that way, Defending Elvis. And check it out. Check it out. He does. He's really good. He does lives, and you can comment and talk back and forth and share ideas. And so, anyway, I wanted you guys to know that, and I wanted him to know especially how much I appreciate all of the mentions and the support he has given to my channel, Presley Mania. Okay, so let's get started on this Rolling Stone article. All right. We are going to just delve into a little bit of it. I'm going to read parts, and parts of it I'm just going to talk about. It is quite lengthy. It says here that Elvis Presley's ex-wife and heirs have spent decades hounded by public fascination and scrutiny. Famous figures in an American folklore dynasty, they share a mythology that inspired the recent prestige films from directors Baz Luhrmann and Sofia Coppola, which in turn generated legions of curious new fans. When Lisa Marie Presley, the only child of Elvis and ex-wife Priscilla Presley, died suddenly in January of 2023 at the age of 54, the storied family was once again thrust into the spotlight. As news of the loss spread around the world, a series of interconnected lawsuits started making global headlines too. Okay, well, you guys know what I think of the movie Priscilla. I will say, and I have to comment on this before I go any further, that I thought Baz Luhrmann did an incredible job with the Elvis biopic, and I thought it did indeed generate many new fans. In fact, I've got some friends now that are fans of Elvis just because of that movie. They saw things that they never knew before, and they became fascinated and started following him. And it was fabulous. It's wonderful. It indeed brought, in a lot of cases, a new generation of Elvis fans. And I think that's wonderful because his legacy deserves to be continued. He was amazing. The Priscilla movie, on the opposite end of the spectrum, in my opinion, did more harm than good because it presented Elvis in a light that a lot of the new generation did not approve of. A lot of people in general did not approve of the way it made him look. And I don't feel like it was helpful. Lisa Marie did not want that movie made. You know I've talked about that on previous shows. She did not want that movie made. She sent emails to Sofia Coppola about it. And she even threatened litigation if they continued down the path they were going. So that's also addressed in Bridget's lawsuit that we will delve into next week a little bit. So let's move on with this article. I just had to stop and comment. It goes on to talk about exactly what happened after Lisa Marie passed. So the first lawsuit that came about was, and we all remember it so well because we were floored, that Priscilla slapped a petition. She calls it a petition. I call it a lawsuit. Do you want to know the difference in the definition? Because Priscilla says that I did not sue my beloved granddaughter. It was a petition. Okay, well, here's the definition, okay? A lawsuit is, in civil law, a case where two or more people disagree and one or more of the parties take the case to a court for resolution, okay? A petition, a formal written request for judicial action. Okay, I don't see much difference in that. You're taking it to court for someone, a judge, a jury, whatever, to settle a point of contention. And so, and in this case, I believe it, it seemed like more of a lawsuit to me, and I'm just going on and on. So I'm going to go ahead and continue. All right, so that was the first legal controversy. The second one came when Bridget filed a lawsuit against Priscilla. Okay. Then next we had the Graceland scam. And then just recently, just a couple of weeks ago, Priscilla files a lawsuit against Bridget. So Lisa is gone, and it seems like it has just been a snowball of things happening. Why? What prompted all that? Well, let's talk first about the story. Rolling Stone goes on and breaks it all down. So that's what we're going to do. And they say, what is the story behind Priscilla Presley's relationship with Bridget Cruz? Well, we've gone into a lot of that in some of my past shows. Bridget gained her popularity and came to the forefront back in 2017 when she auctioned off one of Elvis's planes. Now, there is a lot of speculation in the Elvis world and the auction world over that plane. There's no doubt that Vernon purchased it. I think Vernon was more instrumental in getting that plane than Elvis. There are no flight logs indicating that Elvis ever flew on that plane or stepped a foot in it. We don't really know. So it is a source of contention as to exactly how much Elvis had to do with that plane. Did it belong to him? Indeed, yeah, it did. It did, but it wasn't as big of a deal as I think a lot of people have made it out to be. So it sold in 2017, and then in 2023, it came up for auction again. And if you recall, on January 8th of 2023, Lisa Marie was at Graceland celebrating her dad's birthday, and Priscilla was in Florida with an auction company selling this jet that Elvis owned at one time or another, but yet never flew on. So anyhow. So anyway, also, how else did they meet? That's another source of contention. Bridget claims they met in 2020. Priscilla claims they met in 2021. Does it really matter? No. The point is they did, and that a lot of things happened during the time they were associated together. They formed several, I think it was actually 4 corporations in January of 2023, because Bridget claims that Priscilla was broke and was just like 2 to 3 months away from insolvency. All right. Then Bridget also claims that they were in the process, one of the companies they had formed that Priscilla only owned like a 20% ownership in, was going to try to do a hologram show and use Priscilla's likeness and Elvis's likeness. And they were going to do this hologram show and try to promote it around the Priscilla movie that was being released. And she claims that she was in negotiations with Elvis Presley Enterprises to do this. And that between the hologram show and the merchandising that would be associated with it, they expected to generate about $1.2 billion in revenue. Y'all, that is an incredible amount of money. And I personally feel like that isn't way overstated. If Elvis was involved in it, I could see it generating a good bit of revenue. If his hologram was one of Priscilla only, there's no way. But that is a lot of money. And Rolling Stone contacted Elvis Presley Enterprises, and this is what they said in response to the hologram business. It says, there was never an agreement with Cruise on NFTs or holograms. There was never an agreement or even deep conversations about a unique hologram show. There was never an agreement to do anything. And it says Cruise had inquired about NFTs, but was quickly given a no because of our understanding of who she was. Okay, the only thing I can come up with for them making such a strong statement is the fact that a lot of the items that she has auctioned off have come into question as to whether or not they are authentic or not. Graceland is saying that, that black grommet jacket, that they are the one, they only have one of them. Do they or do they not? It's hard to say. Bridget says that, we were told, and all the information we have, that that it was real. I guess we will find out as things progress further on. So I'm just giving you the background on what's going on here. All right. Then it goes on to state that Bridget alleges in her lawsuit that after Priscilla's fortunes changed with her lucrative settlement with Riley, that all of the companies that they formed with Priscilla back in January of 2023, that Priscilla just ghosted them and left. That she just up and walked away, left them holding them back. Okay, that's their claim. Okay. Well, why is it relevant for Rolling Stone to say that Priscilla's fortunes changed after her settlement with Riley? Okay, well, because Bridget is claiming that Priscilla was almost broke, remember? Or she was broke, and that she owed millions of dollars to the IRS, that she had creditors contacting her and she couldn't pay her bills, and that she was 2 to 3 months away from insolvency. But as soon as this suit settled with Riley, all of a sudden, what happened? Priscilla was given a lump sum payment of $1 million. She was given $50,000. All of her court costs were paid. Let's see, what else? Oh, let's see. Oh, yeah. And she's to be paid $100,000 a year for the next 10 years. Her circumstances changed significantly. There wasn't a need for Bridget anymore. So is that what happened? Is that why she dropped Bridget? Or is there more to the story? I guess we're going to find out, because next week we're going to delve into those court documents. All right. Then what happened after the lawsuit with Riley? Then Bridget falls. We talked about that a second ago. Then we have the Graceland scam. And Riley has to go to court to prove that it's all a fraud. And then next, just a few weeks ago, we had Priscilla filing a suit against Bridget. There is a lot of lawsuits going on around here. You know, it causes me to wonder, why is all this coming up just right after Lisa Marie passed? It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. And sometimes this is just my opinion. So disclaimer, I'm just throwing it out there. Are things connected? Are there dots that need to be connected? Are things not quite what they appear? Are they all individual, or are they all somehow woven together? I don't know. And like I said, that is just my opinion. You can do without what you will, but it just seems odd to me that all of these suits are there's just been one thing after another after Lisa Marie passed. And I have to question, all of it. Maybe the suit against Riley and the Bridget and Priscilla suits, rightly so, may not be connected. Maybe the Graceland scam isn't connected somehow, but it just seems weird to me. Okay, so back to the lawsuits. What happened after that? Well, then, like we said, Priscilla slaps a lawsuit on Bridget. And Priscilla is claiming that there is elder abuse, that Bridget basically abused her because she's elderly. To me, that's crazy and laughable almost. I mean, Priscilla claims to be this businesswoman with this, she's been given all this credit of having this acute sense of business acumen, and yet because she's elderly, she's been abused. She's been abused. That doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, unless there's something going on with her physically, mentally, or something. Maybe there are some medical issues. I don't know. But it just seems funny that they would do that. And did they choose it because of her age and they're able to do it? She's suing Bridget for over $1 million for elder abuse and all kinds of things. And like I said, we're going to delve more into that next week. But I don't know. I just kind of felt like I should go over this Rolling Stone article with you guys and just touch on some of the high points, because it really makes me wonder. You start thinking about all of the things and how they've happened, and Are they connected? Are they not connected? Certainly, Bridget's case against Priscilla and Priscilla's case against Bridget are most definitely connected. But by the same token, Bridget helped put together the suit against Raleigh. If you remember, she was listed when it was first filed as the attorney in fact. And she claims in the Orange County, Florida documents on that case that she was instrumental in getting that thing settled. So, is there a connection? Think about it. Let me know what you guys feel. Am I stretching it? And remember what I said. That is just my opinion. Disclaimer, disclaimer, disclaimer. Don't hold me accountable for that. It's still America. I'm still able to give my opinion. There is still freedom of speech here. So think about those things. There is more to this article if you can. I suggest you read it. Go pull it and read it. They, delve into the story behind Priscilla's settlement with Raleigh after Lisa Marie's death, which we talked about quite a bit, and why it was important and how it set her up. And I can tell you that I do not doubt that Priscilla was in a monetary bind, that financially she was in trouble. Because number one, why would you go after your granddaughter, your grandchildren's money, and even your son who got 1/9 of it? Why? If you were set financially, what would be your motivation? Okay, well, we know about the trust part of it. That would be a motivation for Priscilla because she still wanted to be associated with all that and be part of all the information she could glean. And also, if there was any money to be made, she could possibly make some bucks off of that. And then what else? I just don't understand why else would she, like now, be doing all of these shows and stuff. It's these evenings with Priscilla, an evening with Priscilla. She's doing all the Comic Cons at her age, at 79. That's a lot for anybody. It would be a lot for me at my age. And I'm not close to 79. But I'm tired after a long day at the office, and then, take care of the things I have to take care of, and I'm exhausted. I cannot imagine doing as much traveling as she is and all of that unless there was a reason I had to do it. Let me know what y'all think, okay? Anyway, so until next week, remember, you only get one shot at this life. Live each day to the fullest because you never know what tomorrow is going to bring. Until next week, y'all, I'll see you later. Have a great rest of your week. Bye, everybody.